Hey guys, Noobivore73 here. Welcome to the Resonant Rise server. Now this is the other series that I'm going to be running on my channel in addition to the Agrarian Skies. This is actually a private server that I was invited to by my good friend Darth Timmanis. Other people on this server are members of the server that he's been playing on called the UnNamed server. And it's basically, this is a specific mod pack that is designed to be hopefully as stable as possible and really enjoyable. Now, I'll tell you, this mod pack is huge. There are over 200 mods in this mod pack, which gives you a lot to do. I mean, of course, you know, some of those 200 mods are going to be mods that are, you know, little tiny tweaks and behind the scenes type deals, but most of them are pretty substantial, which means that you have a lot of stuff that you can choose from. Now, this right here is my house. Not the best design in the world, but you know, it's a work in progress. The home of Noobivore73. So let me take a real quick, give you a real quick tour of some of the other people. Now, I haven't met everyone else on the server, and it looks like the server is kind of lagging at the moment, so I'm going to try and not overtax it here. Now, I've already gone to the trouble of building myself some modular power armor, and I do have a jetpack, which, I mean, come on, who wouldn't want a jetpack? But this armor will hopefully make it easier for everyone to see, make it a little less dark, because I've got the night vision on. So, yeah, this is actually pretty poor server quality. I may have to relog. In fact, let me go ahead and do that. So I will be right back. Okay, so that doesn't really seem to have improved anything at all. But oh well, we'll deal. All right, so this is the home of Drax. He is one of the newer members on the server, which is funny because he's got the most stuff. I think there's a piece of equipment there that's not rendering unless he moved it. He may have moved it. But yeah, he is obviously very well versed in all things Feed the Beast, because his house is pretty impressive. He's also built this public tower. It's got some, you know, services for everyone to use. It's got a little charging station and some hydrogen and oxygen tanks to use. Now, the spawn town for the server actually, it was actually right in the middle of a village. So we've sort of taken over the village and have adapted it for our uses, which unfortunately means all the villagers are gone. Because, you know, once you find a village, that's pretty much a death sentence for the villagers that used to live there. But yeah, we've taken over the buildings. Now, one cool building that has been built here is this brewery or tap room. Now, this was built by Fubi, I believe. I haven't actually tried any of his wines yet. Let me see. I think I need a glass bottle. I don't want to take one off the wall, so I'll have to see if I can make one and bring it back sometime, because I mean, he's got cider, he's got sake, he's got ale. Why am I hearing fire? This is a wood structure. I don't like hearing fire. He's got ale, he's got wine, so pretty cool. Nice little tap room. And then we've got the wall. Got our enchanting room, which I should probably use at some point before I get killed. Lose all my XP. We've got the public smeltery, which, if you're not familiar with Tinker's Construct, this is the ore production device for smeltery. Let's see. This is Evo's temporary house, but he's asked us not to record anything in there. But Evo is one of the original unnamed server members. What is this? Oh yeah, these little statues are cool. That's actually Evo right there. I got to figure out how to make these so I can make one of myself. Oh, it's a force field projector. Okay. Well, good thing that's not on. What the heck is this? Oh, that was a nice, lovely sound. Okay, Calabajui is another guy that's on the server. This is his property. Whoa. Nice little sideways wall there. That's kind of cool looking. Alright. And we've got the public mob spawner. It's got a Mine Factory Reloaded mob killer. I can't remember what the block itself is called. Looks like it's out of commission at the moment because it's got torches in there, but basically it spawns a bunch of different mobs, kills them, and sucks up their drops, which can be quite useful. These are all the different mob drops. Oh, there's some empty glass bottles. I'll grab those. Grab me some wine on the way back. And this is Darth Timmanis' house. Spawn me some armor. Here's the exchange. Oh, this is for Calabajui. Okay. Yeah, apparently there's certain types of armor that you can't craft. So since this is actually Darth's server, so since he's server admin, I guess he's got an exchange program set up for people to request the armor by giving the items needed to craft it, and then he can just spawn some in, which makes sense. And then we have the town nether portal right over here. And this right here, down below here, is the upgraded, whoa. Something made a sound. I don't think I like that sound. It sounded like something zeroing in on me. This is the new infusion altar. If you remember any of the Thaumcraft stuff I've done in the past, you'll know that this is a highly upgraded visual to the old infusion altar. I've not actually used it yet because I've not gotten into Thaumcraft yet, but I plan on doing so. Now, in addition to Thaumcraft, what is making that noise? Oh, you know what? That might be my boots, because I've got fall damage basically turned off. Okay, so yeah, in addition to Thaumcraft, this mod pack includes a mod called Ars Magicka, which I've never used before, so I'm actually kind of excited to use it. So, and this is one of the set pieces for Ars Magicka that was set up by Calissimo. I think we all know whose house this is. Pretty sure this is Calissimo's house. He's unfortunately not been on lately because he's been having some computer issues, but yeah, he set this up. So I'm actually going to get started with doing a little bit of Ars Magicka stuff today, because I want to get into that mod, but I've never done it before. So, and this is my, like I said, this is my house. This is my little garden. Now over here you've got all the food items. You got strawberries, tomatoes, blueberries, grapes, blackberries, tomatoes twice? Oh, those are chilies. Okay, those are chilies. Tomatoes, cucumbers, and corn. And then on this side you've got snowbells. It says slick water, but those are cotton. I don't know why it's saying slick water. That's cotton. These are water artichokes. These are mandrakes, and these are belladonna. So a lot of those are used for yet another magic mod called witchery. which I may get into at some point, I'm not sure. And of course I got a giant hedge of raspberry bushes to keep... the mobs seem to all spawn this direction and come towards my house when I'm back here, so I decided to go ahead and put in a little barricade. Alright, so in order to get started with Ars Magicka, the first thing that you need to do is you need to find something like this. Now this looks like water, but it's actually liquid essence. This is added by the mod itself, and it is basically raw magical power source. So I've got my little staff of traveling that is really cool. I found this in a dungeon. It uses electricity and basically teleports you similar to an Enderman. Okay, so in order to get started, what you need is you need a book, which I have some around here somewhere. Should have grabbed it before I started recording because my organization is not very organized at the moment. Where did I put those books? Books. I may have them downstairs, or it's quite possible I'm looking right at them and just not even realizing it. This is my little workstation down here. I've got my thermal expansion machine set up, and I've got power source right there. Let's see, did I put the books in here? I know they are around here somewhere. You just sort. Not that that's going to help any. Come on. It must be upstairs. I'm just blind. Blind as one bat. Okay, that's materials and you. Okay, if you see the books, yell. I mean, I won't hear you yell or anything, but I know it'll make you feel better. That's another version of materials in you. That's the Thaumonomicon. I just need some blank books. I may have to... I don't want to make some because I know I have some. I grabbed some from a different village. Where did I put them? I don't think they're in any of my pouches. Nope. Heck of it, I'll just make some more. What's needed to make books? Standard book is... Okay, I can use 3 paper, a string, and a blank pattern. Oh lordy. Okay, I'm gonna pause the recording here, and I'm gonna find those books because I know they're here somewhere, and I don't want to have to make some leather to get a new book. So I will be right back. Okay, alright, so for those of you that were screaming at your respective screens that the books were right there and I was an idiot, I apologize. So, alright, so once you have a book, you also need to have an item frame that, thankfully, someone else, probably Calissimo, already had an item frame set up by this pool over here, so I'm just going to use it. Basically what you want to do is you want to come to one of these essence pools, and you want to place down a block with an item frame. Now let me demonstrate something here real quick. The cool thing about this mod is until you start using it, it's like starting on the path to figuring out how to use Ars Magicka changes your character. Okay, so this equipment is all Ars Magicka equipment, and this Oculus is how you learn new spells. But if you have not yet unlocked the ability to use Ars Magicka, then you click on it, it says you cannot comprehend what you see inside the oculus. So it's like your character is a mundane. I'm a muggle right now, so I need to fix that. So I'm going to go and I'm going to place one of these books in the item frame next to this pool of essence. Now let's see, like so. And as you can see, really cool particles come flowing into the book, and boom. So now it's no longer just a book, now it is the Arcane Compendium. And it says you have unlocked the secrets of the arcane. So I'm going to go ahead and put the item frame back in case anyone else wants to use it. Now we're going to go back to that set piece, and we're going to take a look at the Oculus, and you'll see that now that I have unlocked the ability to use Ars Magica, it's what I see in the Oculus is going to be radically different. So similar to Thaumcraft, this is basically the guidebook to what you can learn. There's different spells that you can learn. There are offensive spells, defensive spells, and utility spells. Now, of course, the offensive spells will do damage. The defensive spells will protect you or give you buffs. And the utility spells will let you do things like digging and setting up lights and that sort of thing. Now, as you can see, there are different types of spells you can learn. You can learn projectile spells, you can learn self spells, and you can learn touch spells. Now, the difference between projectile and touch, obviously, is if I want to fire something at a distance, then I would use a projectile, whereas if I wanted what I'm doing to affect this block right here, I would use touch. Now, everyone always goes for the shooting off a fireball or magic arrow or something like that, but I think I'm going to start with utility. I'm going to see what I can learn with utility. Now, as you can see, when I mouse over this, it says touch not learned, and it's in blue. Now, that corresponds with this right here, which is your skill points. Now, the deeper you get into learning these things, you'll see that these down here have green text, and then down here you have red text, and that corresponds with the type of skill points that you learn. As you level up, you'll start by learning blue skill points, and then you'll start earning green, and then finally red. So the red are the most powerful spells, but you can't learn them yet. So I'm going to start with touch. So I've learned that, and that's unlocked 2 possible types. Now I've got, let's see, I've got dig, or I've got target non-solid blocks. Now, dig is an actual spell, whereas this is a modifier. So let's start with dig. Okay, I've got 1 skill point left. And I'm also going to go ahead and learn light. Okay? So now that gives us the ability to create spells. So to do that, we need a few things. Now, this, like I said, this is Calissimo's setup. So he's got some spells that he's already set up, and he's got some materials here. But what I'm going to need is I'm going to need a book and a quill in order to create a new spell. Now, one thing you'll notice on my heads-up display are the little bars at the bottom. There's the blue one on the right and the red one on the left. Those are actually measures of my my magical ability. The blue one is my mana level, which as I use spells, that'll go down and then it'll have to recharge. The red one is I can't remember what the official term is, but I sort of think of it as fatigue. The faster you cast spells, the more fatigue you build up, and that results in those spells costing more mana to cast. So if you have a spell that, say for example, costs 10 mana to cast the first time, and you cast it twice in a row, the second time it's going to cost you more than 10. And then the third time it's going to cost you even higher and higher. And that also takes time to cool down. So basically it keeps you from being Sir Spam-A-Lot and, you know, shooting 50 billion fireballs at at whatever it is you're aiming at. So alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop this for now. This is going to be the end of the first episode. I wanted to kind of show you guys around the server. I'm going to set up some stuff that I need to start learning some spells. And in the next episode, we're going to delve a little deeper into Ars Magica, and hopefully at some point we'll be able to do some recording with some of the other server members. In the meantime, I appreciate you guys watching. If you've enjoyed this and would like to see more, please do make sure that you subscribe. Feel free to like this video if you'd like, and leave any comments or suggestions. If you have any questions about the server or the mods that I'm messing with or anything else like that, leave questions. I'll try to answer if I can. And I thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.